Welcome to the Funny Papers, episode number 14, The Return. Yes, we are back. We are back in a brand new studio. We are back from hiatus, and we are back in the middle of a pandemic. But they keep telling me, Vance, comedy is still going. As you can see, comedy is not knocked down because of the pandemic. It is still going on. And because of that, I get the funny papers flying in through my windows every goddamn day. There's a stack of them right in front of my window, right in front of my doors. It's all over my place. There's all over just funny papers all around. And there's nobody to report on the funny news that's going on around here. So they was like, Vance Michel, what are you doing, yo? What are you gonna do? But I was out for a second because I didn't have a studio to share the news with. But now I do. Somehow, some way, there was some blessings, and the blessings came my way, and now we are back. The Funny Papers is now back, better than ever. We are now available on iTunes and Spotify. So these quarantine episodes will be available on iTunes and Spotify. I'm sure you get the links from me later, right after the show. But let's just get into it because I'm so glad to be back. And right now, it sucks that I can't do any stand-up comedy right now. My fellow comedians out there, I'm sure they feel exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. It sucks right now. We can't hit the stage. We can't talk about our views. We can't tell our jokes. We can't do our stories. What we can do, though, is get on Instagram and get on Instagram Live and get on Facebook Live. And that's what I see that we're doing, because I see Montreal, some of us comedians, man, we're still holding you down in the entertainment department. That's for damn sure. For sure, there's some favorites out there I like to mention right the fuck now. I like to actually mention Steve Patrick Adams. If you follow him, he has this little meditation series that you should follow. And Jacob Greco. If you guys know about Jacob Greco, follow him. And he has his little Cyberlord thing going on Twitch. So follow Jacob Greco, and I'm sure you can get the details on how to watch Cyberlord on Twitch when you follow Jacob Greco on Facebook. There was a couple of other mentions I like to, mentions I like to mention, but some of them were, they were started before I even started this. They were finished before I even started the show, like AC Valiente's One Punch Man workout. Man, that was a delight to see. Oh, but you can also check out my boy Akeem Hoyt Charles doing his magic thing on TikTok. And, of course, my boy Reese Turner also doing studio sesh daily on his Instagram Live. 4:20 p.m. every afternoon at 4:20 p.m. It's a blast to look at. And you can also check out, make sure you also check out Battle Wits with Elspeth Wright, which is weekly on YouTube. You see, us Montreal comedians, we still holding you down when it comes to the comedy, even though this pandemic is stopping us from going to bars and clubs to seeing us do the damn thing for real. But, there's a bunch of shows out there that can still hold you down in Montreal, because we ain't letting up. And you can also check out Claudio Capri. Follow Claudio Capri. He got some funny things going on. Even he's talking shit for Italian from his Italian point of view and shit. Like, he's really talking a bunch of shit. You know who's also talking shit? That boy Vance Michel also talking shit. Make sure you guys check out that new comedy podcast, Rapid Flames podcast, that also dropped May 1st. So yeah, when you hear this, you can also look up Rapid Flames podcast on Spotify and iTunes as well. Let me get into the funny papers, man, because there's a whole bunch of news that I got to get into. This fucking fuck. Even though the pandemic, you think the entertainers will stop, just chill, lay back in their crib, just be with their family, or fuck all their girlfriends that they have at the same time. Just do something for anything else but not be on the stage. But real entertainers got to do what gotta do. You know, the real is gonna still do what it gotta do. That being said, you know, Pete Davidson's movie was gonna come out 2 months. There was supposed to be a big premiere, but at the premiere, the festival where it was supposed to premiere, I got canceled, and another premiere got canceled. So they said, "Fuck it." Pete Davidson said he was going to release this movie on demand, and it's a pretty interesting movie. I'm not a big Pete Davidson fan myself, but those of you who are Pete Davidson fans, yeah, his new movie is going to be directed and produced by Judd Apatow, which we all known him for Knocked Up, 40-year-old virgin, and what's that big one that he did? Knocked Up 20. Oh yeah, Super. Wait, yeah, he was part of Super Bad, right? Yeah, he was part of Super Bad too. Okay, and so yeah, it's gonna have Bill Burr. It's gonna have a whole bunch of stars in that shit too. So I'm pretty looking forward to seeing that. Once that shit comes out, I can't wait to see that shit comes out for real. I need I need to talk about something though. I need to talk about my guy Andrew Dice Clay. Andrew Dice Clay doesn't get that mention that much in the comedy game. I don't know why, but I just realized that man is the man. Like, I remember before I even started comedy, he was mentioned. Like, I remember just seeing him being on TV for being a comedian. He was that big rock star comedian to me. Like, I mean, I know there was other rock star comedians that done this, but he was the first. He was the first one. He was the first one I know I seen on Arsenio Hall, and I seen on the Tonight Show. Like, he was the first rock star guy with the leather coat, and he had his own flair, and with his OA and his fuck you, and he's very vulgar. That's why he doesn't get mentioned that much as being one of the greats, but he is one of the greats. That dude sold more tickets than anybody. I think to this day, since since the first joke was told. The man deserves his respect, and to see him in this play, the state where he is right now, is amazing. I'm glad that he endured everything that he endured in his life, because he went through some ups and downs. If there's an up and down story that you gotta think about and watch, is fucking Andrew Dice Clay. That's for real, because like he went up and then he went down. To me, he's like the MC Hammer of comedy. Cause like MC Hammer, like he was big. He was too big, so big. Like he brought rap to a national forefront, mainstream form. I think he's like one of the first guys that made rap mainstream. I mean, there was Beastie Boy, but like he really made it like MC Hammer. He had the cartoons and all that shit. Come on, it's Hammer, dog. And we don't. The most rappers today, if they talk about rap, they won't talk about MC Hammer. How MC Hammer changed the game. Kind of like Andrew Dice Clay. So, much respect to Andrew Dice Clay, for real. I just want to say that right now. And all the comedians out there, don't act like Andrew Dice Clay wasn't big to the game. Alright? You know Andrew Dice Clay, because of the way how he was getting treated on and shitting on. That's why he stood up for Roseanne when Roseanne was saying that racist shit when she was on Ambien. I was a big Roseanne fan. And then, I was kind of shocked by that shit. Andrew stood up for her, brought her on stage while he had his show. That's some respect shit. Out of respect. And then now, and the crowd liked it. They were gonna go on tour. The tour was set up. Wrote Clay, Andrew Dice Clay, and Roseanne for the 2020. You think that's what brought this fucking virus out? Somebody probably heard about this shit and was like, nah, fuck this. Can't let this Roseanne and Dice tour come the fuck out. Like what? That would have been a crazy tour and a special. Oh my god, bar and dice and bar. Damn. You know, once we coming out this pandemic, yo, there's gonna be a whole lot of Pandora boxes gonna be open. I'm telling you, B. Like right now, okay, right now I'll be mentioning my top five comedians, but there's no top five. There's no comedy to watch outside, people. So I can't mention the comedians in my town that entertain me. But I'll tell you what the top five things that are entertaining me right the fuck now. And I'll tell you this. It's number five is Miss Marvelous Maisel. That's on Amazon Prime. You guys ever seen that show? That show is amazing. I seen this chick. This chick is a Jewish girl, and she recently gets. The show starts off like this Jewish girl gets divorced from her husband. Not divorced, but separated from her husband, and she gets drunk, falls into a club, ends up doing a stand-up set by accident, and she's a hit. Now the agent, whoever's in there, the manager, she's pressing her to get back on stage and to be a comedian, and that's where this adventure starts. This show is lovely. I like the dialogue. The amazing actresses and actors in this show is fucking off the hook. I like the wardrobe is pretty crazy because it's in the 60s, so the environment and the settings is pretty cool. I feel like I'm back in the 60s. They ain't do a poor job on it. Pretty well displayed. It's kind of like Mad Men, but with more color, way more color, and it's set in New York. You know what I like about it is that I really do get comedian vibes from watching this, even though there's a little drama and there's more drama and there's some suspense. There's a lot of that girl stuff, but then I watch that shit and I feel like I'm back in a club, like I'm with my comedian friends, cause there's some scenes in there where I'm like, oh shit, this is just like after I'm in a set, or this is just like before a set. She goes through a lot of things where a lot of comedians can relate to. So if you're a comedian right now that could watch them stand up without fucking crying, without thinking, I miss stand up. I miss stand up so much. I can't watch stand up right now. If you can get over yourself right now, okay, we'll be back. Get over it. We'll be back. Watch Marvelous Miss Maisel. Might catch a vibe. Might start writing. Okay, get inspired because we'll be back. Okay, number four, and if you're still on that vibe, then I'm sure you can watch the next show I'm about to mention. Is I'm Dying Up Here. Okay, there's only 2 seasons of the show, so you don't have to binge watch this shit in all day. I don't understand why people be binge watching shit. You savor the shit. It's still gonna be there. Okay, you can watch one episode of this shit. There's a whole bunch of other shows. You can watch one show there, then one show over there, then one show over there. That's how this shit is meant to be enjoyed. Got people out there, they'll take a series, and as soon as they watch a series, they want to watch all 12 episodes and be like, I'm bored. Man, you should have just watched one episode and then after that, take a nap or something, or go talk to your kid. The fuck are you doing just watching 12 episodes straight with little Junior out there playing with wires? Come on, man. But me, I'll just watch an episode of I'm Dying Up There, just once over here, once over there. And it's a pretty great show. You know why I really like about I'm Dying Up There? Because it's about the Comedy Store. And the Comedy Store is the heaven for all comedians. Shout out to Sarah Quinn, who made her fucking dream come true by leaving out here. And right now she got some gigs out there. I'll see you soon, girl. I'll see you soon. But yeah, the Comedy Store, it's heaven. It's a comedy club based out in L.A. And it was started by Mitzi Shore, and her son Pauly Shore is known for these movies and still doing comedy. And the club is owned right now by Sammy Shore. But this show is about how that the beginnings of that club, and it's a TV show, so they added more, a little bit more fictional, but it's the TV show is based loosely on that, of how the comedy store was the beginning of the comedy stores. And I love the show because it actually got actual comedians that perform today in the show, like Andrew Santino and Eric Griffin and Dama Herrera and Brad Garrett. And what I love about this show is that, man, this show is everything a comedian kind of goes through, and it shows you what struggling comedians might have to go through, and kind of like what the decisions that they might have to make, just to get further in their career. It's crazy because it tells it from from girls comedians, like girl comedians and boy comedians, but it just tells different sides, and then it tells everything on like how to get a joke and what it is to be in a club and how to get a gig and how to act with the manager, what to expect from sleazy agents. It's crazy. It just shows you a lot about show business. I like about the show from a comedian's perspective, and I like this show a lot. And it's only 2 seasons, so you can just see. And it was on Showtime, so you can catch that show on internet, stream that shit. You guys know the sites. If you don't, email me, send me a DM. I'll give you the name of the site. But check out that show. I'm dying up there. If you're a real comedian, you can catch that show. Catch that show. I love that show. Next show, need to catch, is not even a show. It's a podcast on YouTube, on iTunes, Spotify. It's The Church with Coco Diaz. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are Coco Diaz fans. I'm a Coco Diaz fan myself. Guys, watch this podcast, because he gets into a lot. He talks about his family. He talks about his he talks about his family. But he talks about all the bullshit that he went through. So if you're a big Coco Diaz fan, will you watch this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, okay? Now, another thing to check out on Netflix, too, is Chris D'Elia, No Pain. Yeah, I haven't watched all of Chris D'Elia's special, and I don't watch him constantly. I haven't watched all of his stuff, but No Pain is a great comedy special. Like, it threw me off at first, because at first I thought he was just gonna tell no stories, and in the first probably 5 minutes, I'm like, where's he going with all of this? At the end, I'm like, whoa, that was pretty nicely structured, well written. Like, I can't believe what I had to say at the end of the shit by the time I saw the whole thing. It's amazing. That's all I have to say. It's very surprising. Well written. Good job, Chris D'Elia. 2 thumbs up from me. If you're a comedian, watch this. If you guys like stand-up comedy, just watch Chris D'Elia and No Pain. It's a delight. Go watch it. It's great. And the next show that I've been watching on Netflix, number 1, I binged this shit. I swear. I binge this shit. I couldn't wait. I saw 1 episode, and then I just kept watching it, and it was 8 episodes. I finished that shit in a day. I didn't, and I was mad too, because I wanted the second episode to be on right away, right now. Where was it? Anyway, I'm talking about #BlackAF. It gotta stand for #Black as fuck. If it doesn't stand for #Black as fuck, I'm gonna be mad, because I've been talking that it's #Black as fuck, and if it's not Hashtag if hashtag Black AF doesn't stand for hashtag Black as fuck, I will be confused because this show is black as fuck. That's why I love this show. If you're not a fan of things that are black or Negroes, Africans, yeah, well, Negro in Spanish, whatever. But yeah, if you're not, then don't watch the show. But if you on that black power shit, if you're on that fuck white people, I mean, I love white people. I'm not racist, but if you're on that shit where fuck white supremacy, there we go. If you're on that shit, then this is the show for you. But it's not out there, but it's also a family show, a good family show. I would recommend to watch this with my kids. I would watch this with my kids. If they're exposed to cursing already, then I will watch this with my kids most definitely. Black as fuck. It's starring with Kenya Barris, and it has Rashida Jones as well in this. So go check that out on Netflix, because that thing, it puts a smile on my face while we're stuck inside and can't go outside. The only time we get to go outside is the store, to go get my rolling papers, cigars, or beer, whatever I gotta get, liquor, you know. I might step out, might go get some pussy for a second, but I gotta come back in. It's too much. Gotta go there, take a shower before you step in the bed. Then once I leave, I gotta take another shower, then come back home to wifey. It's a real mess. I don't know if I could do this side chick shit while this pandemic going on, cause it's too much. Anyway, back to what I gotta say to end this thing off. This pandemic's also making me think about like how I'm gonna do my comedy, because I used to hit them with a couple of quickies. I would tell a bunch of a line or two, make a joke or two, and the joke would be like a minute, and then my set would just be filled with just minute jokes, or 1 minute, 2 minute jokes. But I'm thinking about just doing more stories, because this thing is just making me think about like I had a lot of time to think. And a lot of time to think and talk. I got stories. There's funny ways on. Like I had a lot of jobs, so I was thinking about maybe I'll just start telling those things. I wonder how many other comedians out there are thinking about changing how they're gonna do comedy. Are they gonna do comedy different, or are they gonna do it the same? I don't know. Well, that's a thought that I leave with the people out there. And this has been the Funny Papers with Vance Michel. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all the next episode. Until next time, bye bye.